Hi everyone, welcome to Extra Reps with Adriana L. I'm excited to finally be announcing the start of this podcast and also the brand that's going to go along with it. This video will be a little bit of an intro just about me, what everything is going to look like coming up, content, brand, social media, all that good stuff. And then we'll get into, in the next episodes, my story and eventually have some guest speakers on. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. Hello, everyone. I can't believe we're finally doing this. I feel like it's been in the works for a long time and I've been talking about it, wanting to do it, trying to figure out the setup, getting the camera, the microphone, all of that stuff. Figured out and learning so much about all of this media technology to get the podcast up and running efficiently. So wanted to make sure that I was putting out good content for everyone, but also not breaking the bank since we're just getting started. So a little bit about me, if you don't already know, my name is Adrian. I'm just graduating grad school from West Virginia University. I did my undergrad at Florida State and I played volleyball at both programs. So I was in college for 6 years. And we'll get into all of that stuff later about, how I was able to transfer, playing 6 years, all of the ins and outs of college athletics. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I have some exciting news coming up in a future podcast, and maybe you'll see it on social media beforehand if you follow my Instagram, about where my volleyball career is headed to next. So I'm really excited, like I said, to be sharing this. It's been in the works for about a year now, and it kind of came about when the NIL deals were officially launched and student athletes were able to share their platforms and profit off of them. And I wanted to capitalize on the opportunity. But at the same time, I knew I didn't want to just put something, slap together this project or this brand and just to make money off of it or in the hopes to make money off of it. I wanted to be proud of it. I wanted it to have meaning and I wanted it to be very intentional with the audience that I was reaching and the messages that I was trying to share across the platform. So played around with a bunch of brand name ideas, thoughts, concepts for what I wanted this to evolve into and it not just kind of being a one phase brand. And after a lot of talking with people and thinking about different ideas, what I'm passionate about, and the goals that I have for my career, I am finally able to share this with you guys, and I'm super excited about it. So the brand name, as you can see on the screen, is Excel, which, as you can tell, is a play on words of the word excel and to excel in life, volleyball, school, whatever it may be, and also using my last name to do so. I wanted to incorporate my family because they've been such a big part of my story, my support system. They have helped me through the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the boring days in between. From the time I was little and all the way through graduating college, they have been huge inspirations, role models, and just a great support system to have when going through things. When I'd fall, they'd pick me back up, and when we're celebrating, we were all there together to celebrate the highs. And it goes beyond just my immediate family. I have a really big family. We're all very close, and I am so appreciative to have them in my life. So grateful that they have been as impactful and influential in my life as they have been. And I really wouldn't be sitting here without them with my stories, my experiences, and pushing myself outside my comfort zone to do a podcast. Normally, I like to stay behind the camera or, I don't want to share all of my stories and things like that. I'm just kind of cute to myself, but they pushed me, they persuaded me, and they said that this would be something that people would really enjoy and take a lot out of. So I'm doing it, and this is the first podcast episode. I can't believe it's actually happening, and we're going to be launching here shortly. So the brand in and of itself is more for, I want to mentor female student athletes, like the next generation, and even, current student athletes, as I move on in life. But I wanted this brand to be a place where I can share the story of anyone who's gone through college athletics, and it's not always as sunshine and rainbows as it may seem. And I have learned a lot in my experiences, and I want to be able to share some of those life lessons with the next generation. So the brand will be more for like the mentoring, the one-on-one stuff, the group sessions where I get to help and talk to people, which is what I love to do. And as you can see, the 3 words underneath, authentic, resilient, and empowered, are the core values. And they go right along with how I try to live my life, but also what got me through some of my harder times and what made the good and exciting times that much better, is by being authentic to who I am, what I wanted to do, and being proud of it and not being ashamed of who I am as a person. And it takes time to grow into that. And, that's stuff that I love talking with people about. Being resilient, you're going to get knocked down. That's just how life is, whether it's in sport or beyond, and finding ways to come out stronger and to use, the mistakes or the mishaps to figure things out for the future, and to never let those define your life. And then the last one, empowered. It's always easy to empower, yourself when things are going well, but what happens when things are going wrong, or, if things aren't going the way you want them? And then also to empower other people. It's hard, again, to, see other people doing well if you're not, and to have the confidence to lift other people up will not only make your life and career and whatever you're trying to do that much better, but it helps everyone around you. And those are some things that never go unnoticed. Giving people that confidence and boosting and hyping other people up is something that is taken for granted a lot of times, but is so powerful in your mindset for handling different situations in life and in sport. So those are the 3 core values that have really stuck out to me. I'm really proud of how this brand has all kind of come together and the future of it, and hopefully being able to do kind of one-on-one sessions, meet with teams more often, now that I'm done with college, to be able to have these sessions and share stories with girls and learn from them just as much as they're learning from me. And then with the podcast, I've wanted to share other people's stories for a long time. I hear, being at Florida State and West Virginia, you get to know some of these athletes on different teams, and they have some crazy stories and things that they've been through that fans, boosters, sometimes coaches don't even know about. And all you see is what shows up on the game, on the court, and the box score. And, you don't always see the full picture. So for the podcast of Extra Reps, the words extra reps, every athlete has heard them a million times, that you need to go in and do more. And if you want to be the best, you'll do more, come in before and after practice. So this is kind of a shift on that mindset, as far as being the extra reps, kind of a more mental side of it. And then also to share how they got through some of their harder times, and then how they celebrated their triumphs as well. But your mindset and your mentality, your mental health is so important, and it's finally becoming a more normal conversation to have. And I want to keep using my platform and sharing the stories of those that I've met and will meet in the future to inspire the next generation, and to also just give those words of wisdom and bring to light, that these college athletes or whoever else is on the podcast are, they're people too, and things happen, mistakes happen, life happens, and not to necessarily always be so quick to judge their on the field or on the court performances. And part of that too, a lot of people don't know my story, and I've always kind of been hesitant to share my story, just because I don't want my trials to come across like they were harder than someone else's, or that I'm bragging about what I've been through and to where I am now. I have always kept that kind of quiet, and I don't share a whole lot unless people ask, just because, it is something very personal to me. But in the same sense, I think a lot of people could draw inspiration from it, or, get a lot out of the stories. And so I hope with this podcast, I'll be able to share some more insight of, the motivation of what kept me going, how I was able to just keep going, even in the face of so much adversity, and my dedication to getting my goals and accomplishing those. So that's the plan for the first couple episodes, is mainly sharing my story. And then as we keep going, have guests on and have some interviews going with some of my friends and other people that I've met through the years. Some of them will be former athletes, current athletes, coaches, whoever it may be, to share what goes on behind the scenes for them and share their life advice with, those listening and whoever is interested in taking notes from all of these stories. And I'm really excited for how this hopefully will end up and turn out to be a really cool community that people don't feel like they're by themselves, or, that they can find other people that have gone through similar things, and kind of hear how they got through it, and hopefully it helps them do the same thing. But yeah, with that, that'll kind of wrap up our first little intro video. Next Wednesday, we'll be releasing the first full episode, which will take you through kind of my childhood, high school career, and what all went down there. And yeah, any feedback or questions, comments, I'd love to read them in the comment section below. Give us a like and a follow, hit the notification bell, and then also be sure to check out the Instagram pages. I'm running all of them. So again, trying to figure all of this stuff out, but it's xl.athlete, which is the whole brand. And then the podcast is extrareps.podcast. And then my personal is adrian.l.17. So go ahead and follow. Thank you guys so much for listening and being a part of this journey. And I hope to see you guys next Wednesday.